Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oz Country Down Under's Monday Night Live. But hold on, it's not Monday, it's Thursday. Tonight we have a very special guest with us, and as you know, I'm Aussie Dave. Now, this guy is pretty well much unknown. He's from Charleville in southwestern Queensland. I'd like to introduce you to Scotty Mack. How are you, Scotty?
Hey, how you going, Dave?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. So, a lot of people don't know about Scotty Mack. So, please, before we start with anything else, give me the Scotty Mack story. Where did it all start for you, and what have you been doing for all these years?
Okay, the Scotty Mack story started out with my father passing away when I was 10. Needed to pick up a hobby. Mum met a friend who could play guitar after that. Long story short, there, I sort of learnt, we figured out that I was, left-handed.
I am
So
too.
swapped the strings over and away I went with the guitar. And then Mum and I would take me around to all the local country music festivals, and
Mm-hmm.
some in New South Wales too. I've played in Grafton. I've played and I went to Champion of Champions as a young person, sort of in my teenage years, and then life sort of took a turn. And I still was involved in music, but not so much in country music competitions. But I still remember like being in the competitions up against like Kirsty Lee Akers, and the McClymonts. McClymonts used to live down the road from my cousin, actually, so Karen in Grafton. So we used to go down
Mm,
there and have jam sessions with them when we were all kids. It was
mm,
pretty cool.
yep.
So from there, for the last sort of 20 years, I guess I've been sitting back and watching what other people do. And I'm just starting to get into my own music and starting to put
Mm-hmm.
my own music out there
Mm-hmm.
and giving this country music industry a good hard crack. Basically, music's in my blood. It's what I want to do. Um,
Yep.
yeah. What else can I tell you? There's so much.
Well, of course, that's right. We've got to know everything there is about you. So have before obviously you've obviously got a new single right now, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Before getting to this point, how were you contributing to the country music world?
Basically, just gigging. I've gigged in pubs all over Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and but my name, I guess, has never necessarily been high up in lights.
Mm-hmm.
I've sort of flown under the radar just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And what else have I done?
Well, actually, by saying that, flying under the radar, uh, there was a point where you didn't fly quite under the radar. You actually were a support act for the Wolf Brothers.
That's right. Thanks for reminding me. I remember it was in Rockhampton, and I spent 12 months to 2 years sort of up there playing at the Great Western Hotel, and that, like I said, that was me gigging. I used to gig there once and twice a month at the Great Western Hotel, and that little story came about as the boys were coming to play there as they were supporting Lee Koenig in the following week, so they came early to do a gig, and then
Mm,
the boss at the Great Western at the time said, "Do you want to be a support act for the Wolf Brothers?" I'm like,
mm.
yes, thank you very much. So
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
absolutely. So I got to meet the boys, and and sort of I'll never forget the moment they just done their sound check for the day. I hop up to do my sound check. They're walking out of the back of the hotel, and I started to sing, and they all turned around and looked at me, and I'm like, oh, shame, shame, shame. But it's one of those fanboy moments where you go, oh,
Yep.
okay, maybe I've got
Yep.
some, maybe I can sing, maybe this isn't all a joke. So
Yep.
that was really good. I've had some encounters, like in my younger years. I had some encounters, like when I was 16. Troy Casadale was playing in Roma. I grew up between
Yep.
Roma and Charleville,
Hmm.
and Troy was playing at the one of the big rig carrying parks there, and he said to me, I walked up, and we've got a mutual friend, and anyway, we started jamming, and he said, "You want to play trains with me on the radio?" So I'm like,
Wow.
Okay. Yep, I'll grab
Yeah,
that one with both hands as well. So
yeah,
we
for
ended up, I
sure.
got to sing with Troy on the radio. I was only 16. I was nervous as hell, and he
Yep.
taught me a few things. We were playing Sweet Home Alabama, jamming before the thing, and taught me the lead break to it. And it was just one of those. Troy's one of those brilliant people. He will just take his hat off to you, and he'll just stop and give you time. So I'm a big fan of Troy.
Yeah, we hope to get some of the big names on our Monday Night Live interviews. I'm looking forward to speaking to their management and seeing if we can't get it done. Troy would be definitely one that, because he's just brought out some new stuff again. So he's definitely one that I'd be liking to talk to. Very, 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 very much a gentleman of the industry, as far as I'm aware. Yeah,
and I think
so.
that's where the industry is. If you can just be authentically you and just be a nice person, I
Yep.
think it's be the nice person that you are authentically, and it goes a long way into how far you'll go in a country music career. I'm and that's all I've ever wanted to be, is I'll always only ever be me. I won't try and be anyone else.
Yep.
And I believe my music's pretty unique to me. So
Now the EP that's coming out is called "Folks Like Us," right?
yep.
Okay. Now, what did you you said to me offline that you had recorded some stuff previous to that? What songs have you recorded previous to that?
Okay. There's songs on the website. There's a song called "One of Those Days," which is
Yep.
got a video clip and that we made at home here with our phones, and we edited
Right.
at home, and we spread that. That got 10,000 views plus. And there's another song, and that one of those days is just all about having one of those days, and everything that happens in that song happened. I locked the keys in the car. The car wouldn't start. Went to a gig that night, and the speakers blew up and wouldn't work, and it was just one of those kind of days. So that's what that song's about.
I've had one of those days. I'm sure many people have had one of those days.
And that's the thing too. The music I write, I like it to be relatable for all of us. I don't want it just to be my music. I want it to be our music. I want it to be our songs that we can all sing together.
Right.
And there's another song off the new EP called "Land on Our Feet."
Let's talk about, before we get to the EP. Let's talk about One Tech Man, New Tech World.
Okay, old tech man, new tech world.
Old tech man, new tech world. That sounds like me. I mean, obviously here I am using new technology to do interviews, but we get to a point where technology overtakes us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, old tech man, new tech world. There's a couple of stories that go into the one song. The first one is, I was in a bar with a bloke called Damo. Anyway, we were talking about game consoles, and we were going back to how far back we could remember. Like, he could remember back to the Ataris. I could remember back to the Sega Mega Drive.
Sega Mega Drive, but the Atari 2600 came out before the Sega Mega Drive.
So, yeah. So and then I said, well, I used to have a Commodore 64. So we were having that. It was an old tech man in a new tech world.
Yep.
And the second part of that story that song reminds me of too is with the dancing part of it, is a bloke called Chester Wilson, who's a local doctor around here. We used to go around to his place, and his son. I grew up with his son, and he'd have parties in the backyard. And one night there was his son was into Slipknot and into a lot of heavy stuff, and Chester dances like waltzing. So there's imagine this older man waltzing to Slipknot with a young girl in the backyard. Yep. And he may be old tech, but in the dancey world, this beautiful lady into the new tech world is one
Very
of the lines.
good.
So
Very
that's
good.
what that reminds me of Chester standing there dancing to Slipknot and things like that. It's just a memory I had, and I loved it and put it into the song.
Cool. That's excellent. So we have our first comment. It's a little It's from Danny Shaw. Say hello to
Hey,
Danny Shaw.
how you going?
There you go.
Good to
So
see you.
Danny Shaw's got a smiley face there. All right. So good on you, Danny. Thank you for joining us. And now let's get on to the new EP. When is it being released?
It should be released sometime around November. So we're hoping to have it out by November. So, keep your eyes peeled on my webpage and my website, all the W's, ScottyMackMusic.com.
Yep. Or your Facebook page.
Or my Facebook page, which is Scotty Mack on Facebook.
It is.
It is.
No, it is Scotty Mack. It is Scotty Mack Music. Look at that.
Yep.
Scotty Mack Music. So everything is Scotty Mack Music. So the website, www.scottymackmusic.com, and your Facebook page / Scotty Mack Music.
Yeah.
So there you go. Okay, so you're going to have 5 tracks on the album?
Yep. There is... Got to remember them all. That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
So there is His Mates, which is the title track. Sorry, not the title track, which is
not the title track.
Number 1 single.
The lead single.
Yes. There is Land on Our Feet, which is about me walking into a bar and a bloke's hanging his head, and it's basically like, I know you feel like falling in a heap, but blokes like us always land on our feet. So it's a bit of a "Are you okay? Are you okay?" day kind of a feel.
Okay.
Then there's another song about I wrote about going fishing and camping, and the only thing that's missing is you. That is, it's all it is what it is. I come home on a Friday afternoon from work, and I just thought, what would I like to be doing right now? And then, but it's like a boys' weekend. But the only thing I'm missing is me wife, the girl, because she just made it. So,
but the girls don't like fishing.
Some do, some don't. But
well, that's true.
The whole thing around the song was, I'll be out with the boys. We'll be doing all awesome stuff. But in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking about the wife. I'm still thinking about.
There you go.
Still thinking about her. So yeah,
that's lovely.
I'm trying to think of the other 2 songs now. That's embarrassing. Here we go. Run Your Own Race. That's right.
And Danny Shaw just said some girls do.
Amnesia. Run Your Own Race is a song that I wrote to remind myself that no matter how hard life gets, it's important to run your own race. You know, you could be I'm currently at the start of something.
Yep.
And for a long time in the country music industry, like, I used to watch what others do and then feel bad of my lack of success, that I wasn't to where I wanted to be. And and then I had a chat with Josh Arnold one day, and he said, success is what you make it. You got to run your own race, you know?
Yep.
So I grabbed that, wrote a song about it. And yeah, we got Old Tech Man. That's going to be on the new
okay.
too, so
there you go. Excellent. So we're looking for a November release for that, and you've just released the new single, of course. It's called His Mates, and tell us the story behind His Mates.
Well, the first 2 lines, I think, really encapsulate what I wanted the song to be about. It's just something I've always wanted to say and remind people to don't take the loved ones that you have in your life for granted. So yeah, so his mates is all about just and being there for your mates too in their time of need.
Well, guess what? Guess what I'm going to ask you right now.
Yeah,
you got a guitar right there. So let's play the song to the audience. How's that?
Okay.
All right. So this is Scotty Mack and His Mates here on Oz Country Down Under.
Have you ever noticed the ones we love the most? We forget to thank them when they're here. Before you know it, they are ghosts. I guess sometimes we just think we're not living this world today. We have so much time to apologize, say the things we need to say. We were sitting in the car with a few friends of mine when the phone call and the bad news came screaming down the line. I tried to reassure him and reassure myself too, that everything would be just fine and he would pull on through. Then a guilty wave came over me and I just had to say, I'm sorry, mate, for in the past I let life get in the way. I didn't even consider that things would quite turn out this way. Now there's no more time to apologize, say the things I want to say. His mates beside his bedside later on that night. We held his hands and hugged down brother tight. As he let go and walked towards the light. His mates know he's going to a peaceful place. But there's no pain now, just time to plead his case. St. Peter let him fly on through those gates to join his mates. Looking back at photos we took together over the years and the memories we created when we didn't have any fear. I wanna tell him that I missed the way he made me laugh at myself. Thank him for every time he offered me some help. I didn't even consider that things would quite turn out this way. Yeah. Now there's no more time to apologize, say the things I want to say. His mates beside his bedside later on that night. We held his hands and hugged down brother time. As he let go and walked towards the light. His mates know he's going to a peaceful place. There's no pain now, just time to plead his case. St. Peter let him fly on through those gates to join his mates. So that's his mates.
Well, there you go. That's very good, man. That's very, very good. All right. So in the recording, I've been listening to the actual track today, and there's a whole big chorus of blokes. That is very impressive. That is very impressive.
That's that's a little trick of my producer, and really, they're all my mates.
Yep.
So
There you go.
I made new friends through this process, and
Yeah.
the chorus of blokes and the people that I've met through making this song and the whole EP will be my friends for life.
Mm.
So that's what made it even more special. They're really nice blokes. So yeah.
So that's very good. It's an excellent track, and here's a little secret that nobody really knows about you or I. We're actually writing a song together right now, aren't we?
We are. David started. David.
We are writing a song called.
And then this is like we started a song, and then we started flicking emails back and forth. And I like the song.
Actually, we've got to get together. I mean, obviously you're miles away, but we've got to find a way of getting together and actually putting that down to music, because we ain't done yet.
We ain't done yet. Yeah, that's right. We may be old and long in the tooth, but we ain't done yet.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So that's and Danny Shaw just laughed at us. There you go.
Thank you, Danny. That's what we are. Typical Aussies, Australian blokes that just love country music, and we love music. And whether my aspirations, I set them high, but whether if I want a golden guitar.
Yep.
That's my first. If I got one of them, I'll be like, okay, thank you very much. I'm happy. I'll just keep gigging until that happens.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I've never got a golden guitar either. And in fact, it was very interesting to find out. I spoke to Matt Scullion, who has written for just about everybody, including Lee Kernaghan. He wrote with Garth Porter and Lee with a number of the tracks there. And not once until last year did he actually get a golden guitar. He got a golden guitar for co-writing Our Backyard with Amber Lawrence and Tracy Collins. Travis Collins.
Too. I love that song. That's a well-deserved song. And I listen to Travis all the time and Amber. Yeah.
Yep. So, who are your influences?
Well, my influences growing up, my mum used to listen and have the music of Alan Jackson, Brooks and Dunn, Garth Brooks, Randy Travis.
Yep.
There'd be Lee Kernaghan on there. I used to sing "She's My Ute" as a young person, and there's that's sort of the genre. Later on, I discovered sort of Rascal Flatts. I love Rascal Flatts. So what else we got? Keith Urban. Keith Urban's first CD was given to me when I was young and had no idea who he was or where he was going to end up. And Clutterbilly became my.
So hold on, first CD or the Ranch CD?
The one with Clutterbilly on it. I think it was the Ranch.
Well, it was on. Clutterbilly was on both his Australian release back in 1994.
I remember it being blue and orange.
Blue and orange. Oh, okay. Blue and orange.
Blue and orange on the back, yeah.
That was his self-titled album after The Ranch, and that didn't have Clutterbilly on it. It had an instrumental called Roller Coaster on it.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was.
Because after Star Maker, he brought out a self-titled album in Australia, which had the single "Only You" on it, and that had a version of Clutterbilly on it. And then he went over to America to try and break into that market, and couldn't get there as a solo artist. So the record company executive said, "Put a band together, see what you can come up with." Blah blah blah, and that's how The Ranch happened. And so Clutterbilly was remolded and put on the Ranch album.
Right. See, you know a lot more about the history. I enjoyed. I was just a consumer and I enjoyed the music, and I just wanted to play Clutterbilly. And if I could play Clutterbilly, I was happy. But I used to listen to Tommy Mack too.
my wife keeps telling me that I'm the fountain of knowledge when it comes to music.
Oh, we're friends. We're friends. We're mates. We're mates.
We are mates.
Yeah.
That's it.
We
All
are
right.
mates.
And Michael Raymond Bryden just has joined us as well. And he said, "Hey, Dave and Scotty, I just heard you sing. Love your voice and song." So there you go.
Oh, cheers, mate. Really, no, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, that's right. And Michael's been a great supporter of us here at Oz Country Down Under, and we thank him for his support here as well. Now, let's see. Where can people get the single?
Okay, at the moment, it's available on my website, ScottyMackMusic.com. And
Right.
you just go to the Get My Music tab and click on that, and then it'll take you to all the songs that are there that I've ever made.
Right.
And then it'll be available on iTunes, Spotify, and all major online stores come the 13th of October, which is my birthday.
Oh, there you go.
I'm releasing that song on my birthday as a present to me, I guess.
So Scotty Mack's releasing his debut single, His Mates, on his birthday. There you go,
Yes.
on the 13th of October. Awesome. Yep. That's awesome. All right. And obviously, any broadcasters out there that how do you want to get your music out to the broadcasters?
At the moment, I've been using email and Dropbox. So if they email me, I'll send an email back straight back with a Dropbox link to the song.
Right.
And
right.
they can just download it from Dropbox. Mm.
Absolutely. I did that.
Yeah, it's just so easy.
All right. So obviously now we've still got plenty. I don't care how long this takes, the industry's quite a close-knit community, and there's sort of things that happen in the community that as we talked about offline, that you're not involved in just yet. So 21 again. Who's 21 again? Oh, you're 21 again on the 13th of October. There you go. That's what Danny said. 21 again.
Oh, yep. I'll be 32. There you go. It's like hump year. 30's hump year.
Yes. Well, wait until you get to my age. Then it's all downhill from there. So 32 is not a bad age. I wish I was there. It's obviously a lot of people are starting younger, but then you've got people that careful. All right, I'm being careful.
I started young. Just no one knows that I started.
Yes, that's right. So as we're talking about offline, there's certain processes that you go through to get yourself established in mainstream country music in Australia, even if you're an independent. And one of those things is the Australian College of Country Music. Are you looking at doing that?
Yeah, most definitely. I'd love to go.
Because
I'd love to
senior
senior
applications have just opened.
Yeah, yep. But this year I won't be doing Tamworth this year, as I gave my wife a beautiful wedding anniversary gift, and we're going to see Florence and the Machines, and it happens to be around the same time as Tamworth.
Yep.
So I'm going to miss out on Tamworth this year, but then I'm looking towards Gympie next year. And then maybe Tamworth the year after. So
okay, fair enough. Now, to get your music out to people, there are places that you can go. There's an Australian government initiative called Air It. So if you look up AMRAP on Google, and you can actually log in as a musician and upload your tracks, and once they approve them, those will get some of that will get then out to radio that maybe you don't have. So log on to that as a musician, and put in your submission to upload those tracks onto Air It, and then and that's free. So there you go. So there's a free service that you can get that out to broadcasters that way. So
No worries,
something
Dan.
you'll
Thanks for the advice. I've checked out Air It. What else have I checked out? There's a website I use to get all my music out there on the major stores, and they've got a bunch of things as well. Radio.
Oh, yep, rap radio, yep.
Yeah. So
cool.
I'm just grabbing the song and sending it to as many radio stations as I possibly can. Doing it the hard yards like the old way. And I know back in the day, you'd go. The thing used to be you'd go through the country music circuit, you'd go through all the festivals. That's where all the talent scouts were, and then you'd end up at Tamworth, and then from Tamworth you do Star Maker, and then if you won Star Maker or even involved in Star Maker, then you go out and then you go out on your own, and that's where you get all the networking and those sorts of things. So you are right. I guess I've fallen out of the loop.
Yep.
And I'm trying a different angle.
Well, and as you say, when you talked about your friend that told you, you got to do it on your own way. Success is your own thing, right?
Yep.
So, if it works for you, that's good. That's good. And that's what we work for. Like, you're passionate about what you do. You like what you do. We're getting it out there. All right. So we've had Scotty. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Our birthdays are 4 weeks apart, Scotty.
Oh, cool.
Both on the 13th, but a month apart. There you go.
Oh, who said
that? Michael Raymond Bryden.
Oh, cool.
There you go. Yeah.
There it is. I'll come sing at your birthday party. You come sing at mine.
I think Michael does karaoke, if I remember rightly. I think he runs something to do with karaoke, and so maybe he can come and perform karaoke at your place, and you can go and sing at his place.
I've been down that road too. Once upon a time, I lost confidence with my performing ability, and I lost confidence in my music, and so I went and became a DJ for 6 to 12 months, 2 years, and I was known as djscotty.com.au, and I had a DJing business as well as having karaoke in pubs and stuff too. So, but then I just woke up to myself one day, I guess.
Hey, look, I think we've all been through that, especially for independent artists. I think even for me, I've been recording since 1997. I haven't really been in the industry, like a lot of people are. I've probably followed the same path that you're following, and sort of learning as I go, as I got older. But I did the same thing. Obviously I've run a radio station, so so I'm supporting other people. And before that, I was a karaoke compere. I was running karaoke shows. So I've been down that road. And there you go. Michael Raymond Bryden just said, please check out Michael's World Karaoke. There you go.
I mean, I was broke in Brisbane once, and I had no money, and I walked into a biker bar, and they had a karaoke competition, and the winner got $1,000. And I thought, well, I'm broke, and I think, what have I got to lose? I walked in there, and they're all looking at me funny. There's all these bikers in leathers and stuff, and I walked in there in like a singlet and shorts, and I walked in there. I grabbed the mic and then sung "Amazed" by Lone Star, and then I just, thank you, there's $1,000, and I walked out and went home.
There you go.
It was one of those moments. Yes.
That's great. Now, this question for you. So I guess that means when and where are you playing next? So what gigs are you doing?
Gigs, I play a lot of locally, unfortunately, because it takes a lot of money to travel long distances to like New South Wales, and then so at the moment I'm doing gigs. This weekend I'm playing at Quilpie, which is like 2 hours drive from where I am. They've got the Pride of the West Festival, so I'll be there with me electric drum kit under my feet, and playing cover songs and my songs and just rocking out the house there.
Mm-hmm.
And also playing in Roma in a few weeks' time at the Queen's Arms Hotel in Roma.
Mm-hmm.
That's a regular. So yeah.
You ever get down to Chinchilla?
Not yet. I want to do the whole Warrego Highway. Go from Charleville, you go right through to Brisbane, and
Yeah, right,
that a mini tour.
up into Toowoomba and stuff like that. Yep, for sure.
Yep.
Dolby, Toowoomba. Oh, I remember doing that back in, oh my goodness, 2000 and I think it was about 2001. I was living in Brisbane in Logan area, and my wife and I would run it. We were doing a covers duo, and I'd throw a couple of original songs in here and there, and we would do that every weekend. We'd run out, we'd go Toowoomba, Dolby, Chinchilla, Roma. Like we'd do 3 shows. We'd do a Friday night, a Saturday night, and a Sunday session, and then come back, and that was our week done.
Well, it's still viable. I mean, one thing about Charleville and out in southwest Queensland is we cannot get musicians out here.
Mm-hmm.
So I encourage anyone who wants to come out this way. I mean, you're not cutting us out because we get plenty of gigs. But then at the same time, if you eat the same flavoured food all the time, you get sick of it, and we're getting a bit stale. So we food and music are the same in my mind.
Yep.
I mean, in a lot of ways. You throw too many ingredients in something and you ruin it. Same with a song. You throw too many instruments in something and it just turns into a big mess.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I encourage anyone from anywhere in Australia, this is where you want to be if you want to play some music. Come out this way because we're always chasing musicians out this way. All the pubs are just chasing musicians because we just can't get you out here. It's so far away. And vice versa. I can't get down there because it's so far away. That's
right. All right. So speaking about being so far away, what's it like for farmers out that way?
Dry. You feel a few spots in your head and you're like, oh, what's that stuff? Oh. It's like, is that rain? Haven't seen that in about 5 years.
Yeah. So it's pretty shocking.
Yeah, and the vegetation laws thing is just ridiculous too. I mean, you can't cut down a tree. I mean, they're meant to be greenies, and they're saying you can't feed cattle, which is kind of with the mulga, which is kind of harming animals. So I just don't understand all what they're trying to do by not letting farmers feed their cattle with mulga because it falls down, they knock it down, it grows back. It's like a weed. It just grows back so quick. Yeah. So I do feel very sorry for the farmers that are in our local area because they are doing it tough. So, but with we've got organisations like a local organisation, the Aussie Helpers, based in Charleville. They help a lot of people, dairy farmers and stuff down in New South Wales. They help a lot of people around this place. So without organisations like them, Lifeline and places like that, they are helping, but a lot more could be done, I reckon.
Yep. I think a lot more should be done by the government. And
what we need is rain.
And well, hold on. When we talk about rain, we already know that Australia is an arid country. All right, we've known that for many years. All right, but over the course of the generations, we've seen so much water dry up. All right. Now, from my perspective, and I'm getting a bit political here. I don't want to get too political, but from my perspective, is like there is a water cycle, right? If there is water flowing in a river, there is going to be condensation, precipitation, right? So we're going to get more rain if we have rivers flowing, if we have flowing water I came home from China and flew across, outback Queensland, and all I saw was black, nothingness where the riverbeds used to be. It's just, it's awful to think that that's the way it is now. And the country has all of these desalination plants all around the country. Why aren't we shipping water back into our river systems? Why aren't we piping water back into our river systems so that the flow of water continues, and so agriculture can continue naturally?
Yeah, well, I know out here the only way we get water is from bores out of the ground,
Yeah.
out of the artesian basin. So that's the only way we can get drinking water and that sort of thing out here.
Yep.
And the only way there's water gets in the rivers is if it rains. So
Yep. Yeah,
and
that's
we do
right.
have water out here, but it's not a lot.
Now, of course, I get that. I just think that what's your thoughts on the drought in Queensland? There you go. Just what we're talking about here.
Well, it's not a good thing. It's
not
a good thing. We need rain. That's
Yep.
really all. That's really all my thoughts are on that. And and like you say, without being too political, I think the government making that silly law about not the farmers not being able to feed their cattle is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
that would help. If they took that law away, that'd at least be some kind of a help.
It is a shame, and like I heard a report the other day that I can't remember how many days, probably a couple of weeks ago, where the one of the state governments has a surplus of water stored away somewhere, and they wanted to sell it back to farmers. And I just thought that's the most ridiculous thing. You know, farmers are already struggling. Why are you wanting to sell the water? Just give them the water. Just give it to them. Yes, everything costs money. It's crazy, isn't it? All right, man.
That's why I haven't gone to all the places that I really wanted to go. I want to travel Australia and play gigs in a lot of places all over Australia, but money is the root of all evil, and we all need it.
That's right. That's for sure. All right. So, everybody, this has been our introduction for Scotty Mack, and his new single is called His Mates. It is now available on his website, which is scottymackmusic.com. So you can purchase it directly from his website. Otherwise, it will be available on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify, and all those wonderful digital download or streaming platforms on the 13th of October. And please look forward to Scotty's debut EP, which is called Folks Like Us. That's right. And it will be available in November sometime. So keep your eye on his socials for news of that. Scotty, it's been fantastic talking to you tonight, and it's been great to get to know you because, hey, this is the first time we've actually seen each other. We've just been emailing before that. So, yeah. We actually wrote a whole song via email without even seeing what each other looks like. So,
yeah. How do you like it? Is it okay? I mean, I'm sure we can change it and work on it. Yeah.
I'm liking it. I've been quite busy. I've had a look at it, and the structure looks quite good. I'm actually liking it. I'd probably change a few words here and there, but I'm going to China tomorrow, so I won't be back for a week. So I'll be back. And then the long weekend, October long weekend happens, and Bathurst, of course. So I'll be busy until after that. But then after that, I'll sit down and try and nut it out, and then get my guitar out, and try and see what we can come up with.
Yeah.
And you've got time to do that too. You can sit there and.
Well, I was thinking, would you like me just to sign off with one more song off the EP?
Absolutely. Why not?
I'll do the Rocky one, the one that's really good for the pubs.
Okay, no problem. What's it called?
This is called Only Thing Is Missing. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Well, it's Friday and I'm feeling down. It's time to pack a few things and get out of town. I call the boys to see what they're doing. They're on aboard for the ride. We pick a spot, load up the truck. Well, it's a boys' weekend, we're keen to get it stuck. We're gonna tell the stories till the sun comes up. It's time to check the list. We got our fishing poles and some cold beers. Got our fishing hole and the hubs locked in. We're at the Warrego Campfire Barbecue. And the only thing that's missing is you. 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 Doesn't matter if we don't catch a fish, 'cause we can play and sing to any song that we wish. Around the campfire, we can retire to the swags under the stars. And I know this is a boys' weekend, full of drinking, fun and fishing. Motorbike riding, four-wheel driving, but there's still something I'm missing. Yeah, we got our fishing poles and some cold beers, got our fishing pole in the hubs locked in. We're at the Warrigo Campfire Barbecue, and the only thing that's missing is you. 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 That's the only thing that's missing.
There you go. Wow. All right, that's fantastic. I like that.
Awesome.
I'm going to look forward. I'm going to look forward to that song. I really like that. I want to hear the recorded track of that.
Okay, I'll flick it through to you.
All right, excellent. Okay, so again, for everybody, this is Scotty Mack. If you haven't heard of him, get to know him. The songs are wonderful. And Michael Raymond Bryden says, nice meeting and talking with you, Scotty. Wish you all the best. Love modern country. There you go.
Cool. Add me on Facebook, mate, and we'll chat. We'll be Facebook buddies.
Yes, that's it. So keep on to the Rod Cook, thumbs up. There you go. Rod Cook's also been a very big supporter of Oz Country Down Under. So again, thank you, Rod, for all your support. So this has been Scotty Mack. If you haven't heard of him before, start listening, because his songs are fantastic. His new single, His Mates, available on his website right now, will be available on all digital download and streaming platforms from the 13th of October. Again, it was wonderful to talk to you tonight, Scotty, and really good to get to know you.
Wonderful to talk to you, and we ain't done yet.
We ain't done yet, that's for sure. All right. Fantastic. All right, stay tuned. All right, as for the Monday Night Live Facebook interviews, they will be back. I am heading off to China for a week. Our first one back will be on the 15th of October. It will be at the new time of 8 p.m. because of daylight savings. And our first artist that we'll be talking to on the 15th of October will be Brooke Chevelle, with special guest Nat Pearson. All right, so Natalie Pearson will also be there for the interview. I spoke to her yesterday and she confirmed she will be there. So we'll be having Brooke Chevelle and Natalie Pearson for the first Monday Night Live in October on the 15th at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. God, that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
All right. So until then, thank you again, Scotty. Thank you for joining us, and thank you everybody that has joined us and had a listen to what Scotty's all about. And please start buying his music, start heading to his gigs, jump on his Facebook page, like his Facebook page. As I said, that was Scotty Mack Music, and start getting to know all about Scotty Mack, because I think he's got a huge future in country music. Until next time, this is Aussie Dave signing out for Oz Country Down Under. See you later and keep it country. Bye, y'all.